Hey, I'll set it under announcements. All right, we're doing another Agricola game a little later at night here. Night, evening. Uh, but we got Lewitt Box again, or Paul. We have Normandon, and we got Dad Baka. And these players are not rated as well, I don't think. Normandon has played very few games, is a 176 rating. I'd get a 59-point game here, but then a 26-point game here, a 40. So yeah, who knows? Dead Baka's been playing a lot. He's been getting better. He's been figuring some things out, but also rarely gets those W's. So we are fourth seat again. Paul is after the weak players. That's not a great sign. The upshot is we do see a grocer. We also see a turn rest plow, a loam pit, 3-field. So some decent stuff, but fourth seat, these players doesn't feel great. I think I'm going to take grocer, and I think I'm going to go loam pit, hoping to hit upsides. Turn rest is like pretty good, but it's 3 wood for 2 extra fields, and I might just wind up plowing early because I'm fourth seat. I don't know for sure. I mean, to be fair, I don't know. It's going to be hard to know what this game is with some players that really aren't up to stuff. But maybe I hit combos. Any combo off this, and it becomes a lot better. And I'd like to hit combos. A lot of good cards here. The occupations are pretty bad, actually. Sorry, the minors are quite good. Education bonus can be quite nice, but not with these cards. Like, this is not a good set of occupations. So I actually think this is Milk Jug. As much as I like points and stuff, Milk Jug is just so much food, and I need a lot of food to make Grocer really good. So I think that, and then as much as I don't love Hedgekeeper, I don't need crops. Wall Builder, Groom, Sheep Whisperer, Lutenist is remarkably weak. Hide Farmer is pretty good, but Hedgekeeper kind of does the same thing. It just lets you get your fence. I mean, Hide Farmer lets you fence tight, I guess, and then maybe stable, and then not have to worry about plows as much. But I kind of want plows because I have crops. So I think this is Hedgekeeper, but this these are some underwhelming cards I've been seeing today. Where C&D was supposed to add all these fun occupations, and instead I'm looking at all this muck. There's still plenty more cards that could come, but yeah, this is a little underwhelming. The hopeful upshot is maybe our opponents will overplay their bad cards, and we just get to take good actions on the board. But we'll see if we're so lucky. I can turn the sounds off too. Don't need to be on. Okay. Further cards that are not great, but Feed Pellets is a free miner. I'm a pretty big fan of that. Occupations here are tricky. I think breeding animals and stable master is really nice. I think that can often be pretty strong. I'm also a much bigger fan of Animal Dealer than most. It helps you get more food, and it can help you get more animal points. And I particularly like it with like Grocer Milk Jug shenanigans. It's so much food. But do I need that much food? I don't know. You also like Animal Dealer? Good. Animal Dealer truthers, come out. Come with me. But with Stable Master, I really like having breeding space early, though, too. I'm a big fan of Stable Master. But it's probably just Animal Dealer. Maybe I just fence early this game for some reason. Hopefully because my opponents aren't taking enough wood. Or possibly because I play Hedgekeeper early. Is this like a game I actually play Hedgekeeper early? and then I just fence early and I do fencing things. It usually doesn't work particularly well. Animal Dealer is also better if you have more actions. Against weaker players, let's assume I'm gonna have more actions. Um, Game Catcher is quite strong, but it's not as strong when I already have other animal plans. But I guess if I have a lot of food, I can play animal. I could play Game Catcher fairly early. I don't normally see people do that, but there's not a huge reason that you can't play this particularly early. But it's probably not needed with Animal Dealer. But the rest of these cards are like really not needed. I mean, I always fantasize about playing Cube Cutter early enough to get a bunch of victory point sealing and experimenting with that, especially in a hand that has extra wood. But spending wood and food is asking a lot. I probably just take the best card, which is Game Catcher. Oh, well, Potato Harvester is actually a decent support card for Grocer because Grocer has a bunch of veggies and you plant the veggies. And having veggies is also good for feed pellets. But what am I plowing? I have no idea. This is not a foreign aid game. I think foreign aid's a huge trap here. Hutch is totally playable. I like Hutch. Wildlife Reserve is a sneaky way to hold animals, but it doesn't help breed animals. Yeah, just take Hutch. Hutch, and then Potato or Game Catcher. Potato or Game Catcher. Potato is just even more food, and Animal Dealer should be enough food. I just really need a hearth with this hand. Really need a hearth. But, whoops, wait, I said I don't need more food. I take the extra animals. Which, I mean, the extra animals are also just potentially food. The Loam Pit did not hit any combos, so either we de-drafted Loam Pit, or there just were no combos to hit, and so our chance at hitting Glorious Upside failed. But even Loam Pit on its own is not a terrible way to get a clay action at some point in the game. You get like a point, and you're able to day labor 3 clay. If the game is like early growth and we somehow just get crazy resource stacks and grow a bunch, I mean, maybe we Loam Pit a little. Furniture Makers come back. And Turn Rest Plow came back. Wow. Okay. I don't know why Paul did not take the Turn Rest Plow, but the Turn Rest Plow getting back is very welcome. And then I do think this is Furniture Maker. Furniture Maker is a good source of some extra wood. And we can play a decent number of these Ox, right? Do I actually want to play Furniture Maker, though? I probably don't want to play Furniture Maker. But Furniture Maker's the best or the best card here. God, even if Furniture Maker's only like 5 wood, it's still worth playing, isn't it? I mean, I'm not master building. I'm not bean countering. And do I want to try to pastor at a table of players that I don't know if they know how to push growth at all? Clearly not. Clearly, I should pass pastor and hope some fool plays a pastor line and just chooses not to grow. That seems way better. And then, yeah, Turn Rest Plow is just silly here. I mean, Turn Rest Plow is such a... Sure. I'll spend some wood and save plow actions. Like, yeah, absolutely. Butter Churn came back. Lasso is kind of fun with Animal Dealer. Acorns is totally fine, but I think this has to be Butter Churn. Butter Churn is such good passive food, and with Animal Dealer, there's no good reason that I can't have some sheep and cows going if I actually get some fences up. These cards are all trash, but I said Hide Farmer's pretty good. It does allow me to like think about trying to build stables and fence tight and cover my extra spaces with food. So this hand is not spectacular, but I've certainly seen worse hands. I take that back about Lutenist. I will not take that back about your friend Lutenist. I refuse. I'm not a fan of Canoe at all. It costs wood. I'm not a huge fan of bottles, but 7th pick bottles when I have a Loam Pit and I have like Milk Jug, Animal Dealer, like there is definitely a chance where we play this. So this is an appropriate spot on the draft to find a bottles, and this hand is actually like maybe we play bottles. So I'm very happy to see that. Between these cards, I know that Econ Sean likes to eat his stone, but I'd argue he just doesn't feed well. Like, maybe I'm with him here, though. Stone Carver is probably better than the rest of these things. I could use more food. I don't have a strong need for stone for anything. eating the stone feels kind of wrong, but also I'm not home brewing. I don't have enough grain. So I suppose we take that, and then maybe we use the extra food to do furniture maker things. Maybe we just play a lot of ox because we'll see. You love bottles compared to how I hear you all talking about it. I mean, I think it's so easy to overestimate those 4 points and how much they're costing you in terms of what you're spending to get them. I just think it's way more expensive points than people think they are. We're getting Reedstone food, or more likely expensive Ock. Yep, it's expensive Ock, but it's fine. I think I am playing Furniture Maker. I think enough of my cards are worth playing here that I will Furniture Make. Also, this allows me to just start player Butter Churn in the worst scenario, and start player Butter Churn's not terrible here. Because I do want to get it down, and I kind of want to play Ox. So, sure. We're not start playering, though. Okay, well, we at least get 2 wood, 2 clay, or a plow. It's fine. 2 clay is best. Sheep have flipped. I would love to have a fireplace or a hearth this game, but... Ooh, Foreign Aid. Okay. That's a early commit to Foreign Aid. But small scale farmer Foreign Aid is a weird combo too. You're going to small scale, but you're also going to go big house. Well, looks like we're plowing, or we're day laboring. I mean, day labor is actually probably better here. I kind of want food for ox, and I don't really, like, I'm not really going to have the food for crops for a long time. And I also have a hide farmer. So I really just need food tempo early, more than I need plows. But Paul getting 2 clay here when sheep flipped in the 1 is also pretty annoying. I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I suspect Paul's going to get too much this game, but we'll see. We'll see. It's games can go funky, but if red is going to start player too much, if teal's going to start player too much, I mean, Paul is not going to start player too much because he's a good player. So I have great fears about this game, but they might not come. We'll see. 2 read is good here. 2 read into hutch is actually quite good. I'm a big fan of that. Early hutch is a lot of food. And I like food. Otherwise, plain animal dealer is okay. I don't want to ock. Yeah. I'm not going to have to ock either. I'm going to do anything but ock, actually. I'm going to ock soon. I played a damn furniture maker. We're going to... All of our ox come with some extra wood. But... never mind. It goes Reedstone food to reed, so I get smashed on the reed. It's always the problem with people start playing, but whatever. I will take 3 wood if I'm allowed. Actually, I just ock now. Hedgekeeper fence 4 is juicy. Actually, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, at this point, why take 3 wood? I will just ock an early Hedgekeeper here. Charcoal burner for Paul. Okay, that's fine. But actually, yeah, with butter churn... With butter churn, this is pretty fun. I mean, I could get early. Yeah. I want to play occupations anyhow, so... 2 clay from red is a pretty weak action, especially over 3 wood. Just taking 3 wood is better. Especially because who cares if you get the sheep anymore, but that Bach at least takes the 3 wood, which is good. I will just fence 4 here, actually. I played it, and Paul's going to start player anyhow. The only other thing I would have done is I was going to maybe play butter churn, but I will just fence. I'm going to fence over here. Yeah, this is fine. No fireplaces have flipped yet, so that's delightful. Everybody else has to figure out other food. I will take Reedstone food. I assume I'm not allowed to, then I just take 4 wood. 3 food is okay. The 3 food's not ideal, but it's fine. But alright, we don't get reedstone food. We do just take the 4 wood then. 4 wood's too much value to ignore. The next action could just be 3 sheep. Do we expect another junk room or scullery from red with the 2 clay? Maybe. I mean, I did pass the scullery, didn't I? Yeah, so it probably is scullery. It's probably going to be another start player to put us last, but whatever. We can't do much besides just take the most value in front of us each round here. I think trying to predict too much early kind of kills us. We might get screwed on clay or whatever. A market crier's coming to the game. Everybody's going to get grain. That's a little annoying, but I don't have a ton of grain in my hands, so sure, whatever. I probably just take the 3 sheep here. I could start player butter churn into the 4 sheep. But then I have no food to Ock again. Building Tycoon for Paul, that's always annoying. God, do I need to take 3 food here? Or do I just take... I should just take 3 sheep, right? 3 sheep is plenty enough for now. Or I just take 3 more wood? God, I have a lot to do. This fencing early stuff is tough, people. Let's just take 3 sheep. Let's just take 3 sheep. We know we want to take sheep at some point. Let's get that out of our way. Next round, we can try to like take 4 clay into hearth, but I'm not sure that's going to work. Everybody gets thrown a grain because of course we do. That's, yeah, it's just not a good action, but... Dead Baka's gonna start player, sure. Can't be last. Certainly can't be last for too long. You wouldn't want that. I think it would be much smarter for Dead Baka. You might get like 2 reed next round. 2 reed would be good. Oh, 2 reed start. But if I start, then I don't have enough wood to build. So like, does it matter? I can't really 2 reed start next round. Dead Baka's just gonna build first action. I think start player into build is pretty bad. I would not have mining hammered, but whatever. I probably should just snatch 2 reed here if I'm allowed to. I really do need reed pretty badly. So like 2 reed into 4 food or butter churn backup is fine. Yeah, it almost has to be 2 reed. Not getting one of the 4 clay stacks is actually slightly sad too. But I will eventually get clay in order to build a cookery, but I gotta get room parts. Although everybody's actually pushing rooms this game, so kudos to everybody on that. Paul is just gonna build the hearth, so I really want 5 clay next round so I can build the other hearth, because I really want a hearth. I guess, oh, it's clay oven for Paul. Oh, I mean, I guess if he has another grain source, that makes enough sense. I mean, he was gifted that. I just take 4 food here. I mean, I could just start player butter churn, but the butter churn can come later. I don't remember any fishing. Oh, wait, there was a Lutenist. I always get confused with cards like Lutenist, though. It's probably better to let it build up, but then somebody can play Lutenist. Ugh, there was a canoe, but that fell out of the draft. I'll take traveling. I don't think it matters. Paul has the resources to build, so he does have a building tycoon. So, I mean, building next doesn't matter that much. I really want the 5 clay next round. There's going to be a 6 wood action, which Dad Baka should take, but predicting Dad Baka is possibly dangerous. Paul might just take the 5 clay, which would be a bummer. Yeah, I might get kind of clay screwed here. But then I just bottom feed again for now. I don't know. Cube cutter for red is... I've always said I wanted to try an early cube cutter. Red's going to try it. My prediction is it's a bad plan, but red not taking 3 woods, unfortunate. I mean, there's a lot of unfortunate things that are going to come in this game. I'm very certain that there's a lot of unfortunate things to come. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get... I don't think I'm getting 5 clay here, but maybe Paul doesn't need 5 clay. There's also 4 wood. Paul can take 4 wood instead of 5 clay. We'll see. Cube cutter small scale, yeah. You had some game that I thought was perfect for cube cutter where you had a bunch of extra wood and food and it still ended up being awful. Yeah, I think early cube cutter is just a mistake. I think cube cutter is a card you play like late for 2 points or something. Stone flips, I think that's fine. I actually think my game's kind of okay with later growth. Like I think this is a 3-room game for the most part, so like I think late growth is fine for me. Yeah, I'm injecting extra resources. Teal is just gonna squat start. So Paul gets 6 wood, so that's a little annoying. But honestly, I need the 5 clay very badly, so I will take this trade. Whatever, I will accept this trade. Oh my god, I get offered 6 wood because Paul needs to play a wall builder. What? What? I can't believe this, but I need 5 clay worse than 6 wood, right? This just locks in a hearth for me. I need a hearth more than I need this wood stack. Paul is gambling so hard that I'm going to build for him. I mean, I guess I am going to build for him, aren't I? I don't know. I can't believe I'm taking 5 clay instead of 6 wood. But I have a hedge keeper in play. I have a furniture maker in play. I need a hearth. I need a hearth with this hand. I just do. It pains my soul to take 5 clay there over 6 wood. But hearth is going to go to Dead Baka. That's slightly sad, but I have 5 clay for a reason. I can get the other hearth. I get 5 food, 4 wood or build here. I mean, whatever. Is Paul gonna wait for me to build? I guess he is. Do I have much incentive to build here? I guess I do. I don't need a 5 food action, so I may as well build and let Paul pay me. Especially because red can build now. Yeah, let's just get in the queue. Let's get in the queue. We accept that we're growing 3rd, and that's okay. We have enough other good things going on. It's going to be okay. We need a hearth. We'd like to play Animal Dealer pretty soon, and then be able to play Butter Churn. Red getting 5 food action is definitely nice. 5 food action is very good. Teal's going to grow into a sheep pile, which is nice. Not grow, it's late growth. I think late growth is good for me. I do. I think late growth is fine. I don't plan to have a big house. I have efficiency via some ox I've already played. I have a turn rest plow. I have a grocer. I have good strong feeding. Paul's going to have another room set up. That's fine. I think I just hearth here. Yeah, I think I just hearth here. I really need a hearth. I want this hearth so bad. So I'm going to just take it. This is a pretty decent charcoal burner. 3 payouts already. Paul gets to build another room if red builds here. So that's fun. But, I mean, how good are building rooms? It's a late growth game. I get that you have a building tycoon wall builder thing, but... You played a wall builder, or you played a wall builder instead of taking 6 wood, right? You played a wall builder instead of taking 6 wood. Like, how, that has, like, what? Like, do you have a wood cart, and those are your best ox? Like, I mean, I can't be that afraid. And I won't be. I do need wood for butter churn. I would like to get a butter churn going. Paul takes that. I'm going to get a 4 wood action a sec, so now I just ock. The question is, do I have enough food that I want to trade a food for a wood? And I feel like the answer is yes. Maybe I don't have that much food. And maybe I don't need that much wood. God, I have a lot of food if I play Animal Dealer. Like, there's going to be so much food later in my game. But I mean, I need a lot of food. But I also need wood. Let's save the food for now. Saving the food for now. Let's get out an Animal Dealer.
This game looks pretty good for me. I'm gonna get. Or I could get 6 clay. Wow, red is renovating. Red playing 4 and 8 looks completely wrong. Like, completely wrong. Red's 4 and 8 looks really bad. Red joinery. Okay. Joinery plus cube cutter is aggressive. Aggressive. Also, that makes Paul's building tycoon wall builder very sad. Like, I'm not convinced Red's even going to build this game for him. Also, am I actually taking 4 wood here? I said I was taking 4 wood, but is 4 wood possibly correct when I could just take 6 clay? I need clay for milk jug, Reno, maybe bottles. 6 clay is just too much value, right? Especially with red here. Red just blocks 6 clay. 2 wood into 1 point into food each harvest. Is that at all good? It's not what they should be setting up, but whatever. Yeah, I'm just taking 6 clay here. On the wheel, I plow or I take wood. But 3 wood actions aren't even that good for me. I could just hammer fences. I mean, I'm adding, wow, plow driver. Red is going for a true small house strat. And I mean, it's kind of fun. I guess small scale plus plow driver plus cube cutter joinery. Maybe. It's at least fun. I don't think it's winning, but it's gonna be fun. I do just take 3 wood here. The more I think about it, just taking 3 wood is important. And I take 3 wood actions, and then I spam hedgekeeper stuff later. But I also need wood to play turn rest plow. I'm gonna start player butter churn, and then I play turn rest plow probably, or I might play milk jug. And I save turn rest for later. Like, I start player turn rest into a late plow sow that people don't know about. Paul gets a fireplace for himself. That makes sense. That's fine. I will take 3 wood, making sure that I'm not leaving 6 wood. I have enough food because I eat a sheep that I breed back. That's fine. Can't I just ock next turn for the wood? I can. But I need to play butter churn before I ock. I mean, I guess I could just fence there instead of taking 3 wood, but I don't know if I want to leave that much wood on the board, right? I want there, like, this game's not going to be particularly wood tight, but I might want stables eventually too. I don't know. I think taking 3 wood action is totally fine here. Maybe I'm supposed to just plow. I mean, just plowing is also defensible. Like, it's a late growth game. I'm first growing in round 9. That's not great, but I think I have enough efficiency in my hand that this is still fine. It's fine. Plowing seems fine. Yeah, okay. I agree with all of that. So, I guess fencing comes with the upside of, like, if I fence again, I might just be able to get breeding boar pretty soon because of animal dealer, and depending on when they flip. But my passive food from breeding, like, I should be really good on food this game. Between hearth, animal dealer, butter churn, breeding, like, I have a lot of excellent food tempo, and I have a lot of food payoff in my hand. I have a lot of good things for late growth, honestly. I feel like I'm in a pretty good position this game, and the game hasn't actually been that wacky in terms of. I mean, there was that crazy round where 6 wood wound up being 4th picked, but it went to the player that's not building a room, so I don't even care that much that they got 6 wood. Nobody else is, like, looking crazy accelerating to me. Dad Baka's playing no cards besides a hearth, which, if Dad Baka watches this later, I know Dad Baka's been messaging me a little, and I've been nice talking to him, discussing some strategy stuff, and I've been harping on Dad Baka to just get a hearth because his feeding was so bad in so many games. So kudos, Dad Baka. You built a hearth, and you have food. You've grown first, and you have food to feed yourself. The hearth will always provide answers. Well done. Now, I mean, there's a lot more to Agricola than just that, but players that are learning and never find good feeding plans, just getting a hearth certainly helps a lot. So it's good to see a player that was struggling with feeding have a bit of an answer here. Boars do flip, which makes fencing and trying to get the boars pretty tempting, but I'm not sure I ever get the boars, but I kind of we have all early animals thus far, which certainly adds to the food of the game, and that we have late growth. So I mean, there is just so much food in the game for everybody. Moldboard for Paul is why we got a turn rest. Okay, Moldboard is also a very good card here. It certainly eases plow pressures. Butter churn. Yeah, I'm playing butter churn and milk. I think I'm still playing milk jug. I think milk jug's still good enough. I need a lot of food to pay through grocer and stuff still. And it adds a little bit of food to others, but it gives me so much food, and it still opens up maybe bottles type plays later in the game. In fact, I have enough clay here with grocer that I can pay milk jug, my Reno, and 3 clay for bottles as long as I stay on 3 family members until late. That actually seems pretty good to me. Like, this bottles probably is worth playing. Dad Baka's going for another room, which I think is a classic mistake. I obviously argue against that all the time. I think I do fence here. Yeah, I just fence here because my next round is essentially grow and take animals, right? Oh, I might not get animals next round. Oh, that part's awkward. Well, but the piles of food that are building up on the bottom feeding are going to be quite good. Or do I just take the sheep here? Awkward. Nobody really needs the food that bad besides Dad Baka. Huh. I think this is just fence again. I think it's worth it. Oh, I also don't have to wait. I didn't have to start player to grow. What was I doing? Oh, I mean, Dad Baka can build here, but I might not have to first action grow. There's no other rooms yet. I mean, Dad Baka can build here, and he might. But if Dad Baka doesn't build, I can first action take the pile of pigs. Which would be amazing. Please don't build, Dad Baka. Please don't build. Don't build. Don't do it. Bang! Oh my god, Dad Baka, no! Oh, Dad Baka, that's... Oh, you have the best card in the game and you didn't play it? What are you doing? Oh my god, team, we're also left 6 wood. We can't take 6 wood, but we can... I mean, we get breeding pigs here. We have breeding pigs and breeding sheep. I mean... I love 6 wood, but I gotta take the pigs, right? I don't know. Everything is crazy. This is crazy. There's a begging student in the game, everybody. Oh, and as soon as Dad Baka builds, Paul can start player. Oh, wait, which means I do have to grow here. Wait, shit. I do have to grow here. In case Dad Baka would build and feed Paul's building tycoon. There's no way Dad Baka builds first action here, right? God, I mean, he could, right? I should just grow. I should be a good boy. I should grow. I should respect the stupid building tycoon nuttiness. And if I lose out on the Parabor, I'll get the sheep back. Like, it'll be sad, but... Oh my god, it's not 6 wood from Red. Red, you need wood! He played a round 8. Don't say no way. Exactly. I can't say no way to any of this. Red is manservanting instead of 6 wooding. Like, there are 6... Like, Teal needs food. He probably takes my boars, and it's going to make me so sad. Oh, nope. Dadbaka takes the wood. Good man. Dadbaka taking 6 wood is correct. I should get boars here. Paul does not need boars, and he has a fireplace. Okay, it's all worked out then, team. We got everything we wanted anyhow. I mean, are we a bit sad that the game is stupidly wood-rich for a bunch of people? Yes. But is that partly our fault? Absolutely also yes. We have 2 breeding pairs. We have 3 family members. We have a good setup. We have a lot of plans for all of this food. Things could certainly be much, much worse than this. Honestly, I think things still look quite good for us. It's a late growth game. We have a lot of advantages on farming. Both Teal and Paul admittedly could essentially fence out. Paul does have a moldboard plow. So Paul's game still looks pretty good. Begging Student is Begging Student. Like, who knows what's going to happen there, but we're getting fed more grain because, of course, market crying is we're going to eat raw crops, it looks like, in order to fund everything. I guess we have a carrot museum, too, and we have a corn scoop, so sure. Red's playing an interesting game, so whatever. Do you think you've seen Butter Churn played in every game you've watched? Nice. I mean, Butter Churn is, like, so good. That passive food is huge for me this game. This Butter Churn is a point, and it's going to be, honestly, like, 8 or 9 food to my game. It's an insane card here, actually. Like, setting up early breeding animals, I'm going to try very hard to get a breeding pair of cows going at the end of this harvest. And so that's what I mean. Like, Butter Churn's going to be 2, like, it's 1 food here, 2 food here, 2 food here, maybe 3 food here by that point. Like, it's going to be so good. So good. Okay, what do I need to start doing? I need to start plowing. I need plows. I need to play grocer. I want to fence a little more. I need some wood for turn rest. Also need to just fence some more. Not that much more though, right? Yeah, I actually just need 2 more fence actions. I might not actually take any more wood from the board, which is crazy. But if I just fence and then fence again, that's all the wood I need. And then when I play Grocer, I get a wood off Furniture Maker. Grocer comes with a wood. That pays for turn rest. I mean, maybe some more wood in the future for stables, just because I'm basically going to have capacity issues. But also, I need to keep eating all my animals. So I'm going to plan to end the game with 5 pigs, 4 sheep, 4 cows. And that's a very good animal score. Fencing early to get value out of a Butter Churn is still a skill. Yeah, I mean, so you often complain about not having a feeding plan, but one of the easiest feeding plans to me is just having breeding animals in some capacity. And then if you have breeding animals, things like Loom and Butter Churn and Milking Stool, that's part of why we say they're such good cards. Like, breeding animals is already default one of the better ways to feed. And then those cards make it, like, really good. I have part of why I continue to think my game is so good is my feeding efficiency is so good. Now, everybody's feeding very well because there's a market crier throwing us grain. There's multiple early animals and it's late growth. So not, to be fair, nobody's like really having that much food pressure, but you got all 3. Yeah, having Milking Stool, Loom, and Butter Churn is like, that's just too much food almost, but yeah. You've been better at having a feeding plan. Everybody is catching on to having a fireplace hearth. They are, Nerdcube. All of that is true. It is more difficult to feed and get pairs. Oh, wow. Teal still hasn't built, and Paul is admittedly doesn't need to build. Paul is just sitting there with Building Tycoon saying, Teal, please build for me so I can grow, which is pretty funny. I stay start player. I get offered another 6 clay action. I don't need 6 clay. I like staying start player, though. You find a big part of getting early fences is not going for that 4th room. Oh, well, of course, that too. Like, you have to not go for a 4th room, usually, if you're going for early fencing. That's kind of the big difference. I've chosen to go for fencing. Also, the fact that these guys have so much wood for fencing, I'm very tempted to just first action fence here and be obnoxious. I'm very tempted to just first action fence, but first action plow might be as good. It might just be plowing. I'm going to see what the board actually looks like. I really just don't need 6 clay, so it's not that. as much as I kind of wish it was that, because like that looks legit. But if cow flips, it probably is just fence in to take the cows and then plow or grocer or whatever. Round 11, I probably want to be ready to start player turn rest into plow sow in 12 or family growth in 12. Actually, I'd really should be ready to play bottles at that point. Play bottles and then play turn rest. Maybe renovate turn rest. Maybe fitting in bottles is still wrong. Just feels reasonable because I mean I haven't wound up. One of the things is I don't really have point ceiling this game. It is late growth, so I'm not sure I need much point ceiling. But I mean, Paul's gonna have like a well. He has some improvements. He's gonna have a pretty good farm by the end of this. So we'll think about things here. Cows do not flip, so that makes it a little less exciting to fence first action. So then it probably is just plow. Yeah, plowing's fine here. I have enough other good actions. See, I don't even think it's that good, Nerd Cube, though. Like, it's pretty good, but I need so much food still, and I don't, like, I'm gonna have a lot of food, admittedly, pretty quickly, but, like, if I'm gonna start player, if plow so flips, I really want to have turn rest, and I really want to have enough food to eat down to my grocer. So, like, there's several steps to go to make that correct. But Reno comes with an improvement, and improvement actions are good. Turn rest seems just as good as a round 13 start action. Yeah, that's true, Lumen. You're right. I don't really. So maybe it is just bottles next round and I save turn rest for the end game? That could be. You don't like improvements. No, that's fair. Yeah, actually, maybe that's true, Lumen. That might be a good argument. So then I just find time. I don't plan on needing turn rest particularly soon. So I just plow and I just fence. I just be obnoxious. I just do farming here. I just plow and I fence and I play grocer. Next round I start player. I take cow. I try to fence again. Something like that. It is a little annoying that I can't breed all three types if I just fence once again here. Wow. This market crier stuff is not good. Everybody getting fed so much grain is ridiculous, but whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Dad Baka takes 6 clay. Okay, taking 3 wood is pretty defensible, but 6 clay going to Paul here is very nice. Just because 6 clay is such an efficient action. Yeah, that's what he's going to snap off. That's fine. I just snap off fences again then because I'm a jerk. And there are no other good actions anyhow. I kind of want to fence 4. Fencing 4 is cool because I could breed the cows, but oh, I could just furniture make expensively. I pay grocer expensively, and that gets me the extra wood I need. Yeah. So I should fence 4 here. I could always fence again later. Like, yes, this is paying 1 extra wood, but this is letting me breed all 3 types. You've never seen a good Market Crier game. Is it as terrible as it seems? It's even worse. Yeah, Market Crier is pretty bad. Like, it's pretty damn bad. There's occasional times where Market Crier is okay to play. It mostly involves times where your opponents already have all shown that they have grain cards and already have all taken grain, and that you really, for some reason, need like a grain veg action. Occasionally it's fine, but it's pretty bad most of the time. Dadbaka does choose to build. Paul, I'm sure, is going to build, and then he's going to immediately grow because Building Tycoon is silly and fun and dumb, or whatever combo of those you want to say. But again, these guys aren't able to fence because I'm being annoying, and I approve. I also have a grocer. Grocer saves me reno part. Like, it gives me the reed to reno. It gives me the extra clay I need. It gives me the extra wood I'm going to need. I am going to have to play it expensively here. Exactly, expensive Ock Grocer, because then my furniture maker gives me the 2 wood I need, plus the wood off Grocer's turn rest. So yes, it's expensive Ock Grocer explicitly to pay for turn rest, and that's why I felt comfortable fencing 4 just a second ago instead of fencing 3. I knew I could make up the needed wood or the extra wood I needed, because I could expensive Ock it here. I get past a stable, that's fine. Thanks for the stable, buddy. I don't think I'm using it. Well, actually, stable maybe helps my breeding capacity someday, and maybe I play game catcher at some point or something. But we eat the boar. The reason that we don't eat a sheep is because the sheep is needed to trigger butter churn. So we want to keep that sheep on the farm currently. So yeah, that stays there. Next round, we really want to take a cow. We actually might first action cow, even though I want a first action bottles. God, I almost need a first action bottles. The problem with first action bottles is I don't have enough food. Oh, unless I eat a raw grain. I can eat a raw grain. It seems ridiculous, but Marker Car has fed us so much here. I could just eat a raw grain. And then I could just start player bottles and assume nobody takes the cow. And even if they take the cow first action, I'll survive. I mean, I would love breeding cows, but if I don't get breeding cows, I can wheel the boar or something and have enough food. If somebody takes the cow, I'm still getting milk jug. I'm actually going to need multiple food actions anyhow, won't I? I do need a food to take the cow, that's true. Maybe I should just start with the cow. I mean, I'm worried that red is going to start player trying to hit growth, and I'm going to be last forever. That's my nightmare. But see, oh, red has 4 and 8. Oh, yes, they should definitely try to hit 4. Yes, that's right. They played 4 and 8 with this hand. Oh my god, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna start with the cow then. I need the cow so bad. Let's get the breeding cows. Let's get the. I've set up for the breeding cows. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I still don't actually have the food for bottles here, right? That's the awkward thing. Like, if I play bottles, I get 2 food butter churn. I have 2 food from a sheep. So I have 8 food. I eat a raw grain. We use the jug food to deal? Yeah, we do. I'm back to eating a raw grain. I start player here. Start player bottles is on the menu. And then we plow or we fence. And if we can't do either of those things, I don't know. We renovate? No, we don't have food to renovate. We take 2 stone. We might take 2 stone, actually. I don't know. We'll see. We'll do something. But we will start player bottles here. Making Paul last can only be good for us also. Like, completely honestly. Like, Red's game can't possibly beat us, and Dad Baka doesn't look like he's beating us either. He's begging students into a Sheep Whisperer. He doesn't have any cards that are actually helping accelerate him. He didn't get to grow to 4 yet. I mean, Dad Baka's game is like fine, but Paul has like well parts. He has Reno parts. Paul's just a better player by rating, so I will just start player here to smash him back into last. He might be thinking about starting himself, which is fine. If he starts, I just plow. Or do I just fence? I probably just fence again. Fencing again is just so annoying to the table. Put in fence pressure on everybody else so they can't take the animal pairs. But they might need, like, they can't breed the animal pairs. They might just have to take them for food. I guess Paul needs a lot of food here. That's kind of fun, actually. Yeah, Paul's food's kind of scuffed. Yeah, Paul's feeding's actually a little rough. It turns out wall builder's not enough to feed you, everybody. Who would have known? Who would have known? I think this game still just looks very good for us, even though Paul's at 4 family members. I mean, again, we're breeding all animal types. It's just such insane feeding, and Grocer is pretty insane too. Paul does just wisely, I think, go for the double plow. There's a lot of plow pressure. I think it's smart to exercise that while he can. Nerd Key will be happy. We're gonna play a bottles. There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. I will fence. What else did I say I was gonna do? I guess I take animals here still. I take one more animal grab if I can't fence. Taking pigs and just being like super set on food is good. Especially if like plow so flip. Well, even if plow so flips, I can eat a bunch of animals. Like I'm gonna breed a bunch. But currently I'm eating a raw grain, which is also like fine though. I can eat a raw grain here. It just doesn't matter. I've got thrown so much grain from market car. One raw grain isn't gonna hurt here. But red is wisely going to fence. I love red fencing too. Red can fence. Red is going to have a nice farm with 2 family members and no ability to take growth without. So go for it, red. You can have animals. You can fence. It's fine. You have no joinery. You have no cube cutter. It's fine. It does look like we just take animals here though then. There's really nothing else I can do. I can't renovate yet because I can't pay for my grocer read. So there's nothing else on this board that's good enough for me to take. I guess 3 wooded to stables, but like I can't do that. I just take the pigs away. Take the pigs away from everybody. Make there be a bunch of fight for animals. Make them fight for the animals. Paul's going to renovate to the well, presumably. Yep. Well, good moves from Paul. Paul's a good player. Doing good stuff. Still think it's good that he was last here because Paul's game is still pretty good. Pretty good. Paul, I think, wisely sows his 2 grain. I think that's just to let him sow bake again later this game and have enough crops. But Paul looks to be in pretty good position here. I'm hoping that the wood... I guess there's not much wood pressure on Paul is the thing. Like, there's going to be a lot of wood on the board, but it probably will wind up in Paul's hands. And Paul might even reno to stone. So, like, he's still going to have a pretty good game. So, growth here is significantly better for me than plow sow, I think. I mean, it has to be. Growing is so good for me here, so hopefully growth flips. I think that's going to prove to be a lot better long term for my game. But if we hit plow sow, we obviously just buy our crops, take plow sow. We can at least renovate. We really don't have any majors to play on renovation. That's kind of the downside here. But I can renovate a loam pit for a point at the very worst. I still have this start player turn rest saved up for hopefully round 13 and round 14 to make Paul be last again later. That also just feels good. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get growth here. I guess I want one more fence action at some point, but I'm not sure how important it is. Yeah, I just eat a sheep. That's fine. I'm gonna need to eat quite a few animals. I think I think I'm trying to end at 5 pigs, 4 sheep, 4 cows, and we're gonna keep eating quite a bit in the meantime. Cause yeah, like actually buying all this grocery food is still pretty expensive. I mean, milk jug should start triggering, but it's plow sow. It's not. It is not. I repeat, not family growth. So that's a bit sad. I mean, that's actually a lot sad, but I just take plow sow though. It's pretty crazy not to just plow sow. Is it crazy not plow sow? Do I just re-up start? Nah, I can't just re-up start. Gotta be plow sow. I will eat a pig here and buy down to a veg and sow one of each. I guess. Not even sure that's correct, but it's probably fine. Not having one extra clay is actually a little annoying here, I realized, because I can't. If I had one extra clay, I could take one of the 3 stone stacks in order to renovate like a stone oven. But not being able to do that is a little sad. But oh well. 2 reed for red is really interesting. Is red gonna build a stone room? I'm not sure. Do I take 3 stone here anyhow? 3 stone lets me not do much. Paul's gonna start player. Okay, lovely. It's fine. Shifting cultivation. That signal Paul is probably starting for growth. So I'm just gonna first action start next round. Which yeah, really leaves the question of what are the rest of my actions? Oh, I just fence here? I just fence here, right? Fencing here is so annoying. Is being annoying actually have enough value? Nobody can renovate. I mean, 3 stone. I guess 3 stone opens up double renos for me. I probably should just double renovate, huh? I might get reno fences. Yeah. I should take 3 stone. I'm running out of things to do. I should 3 stone, and then I can fence that if it comes back. It shouldn't. Dead Baka should fence, but then I renovate. I could just renovate Loam Pit. That's fine. Renovate Loam Pit's good. 3 stone gets blocked from Paul. I think that's actually really good. It doesn't look like Paul is likely to renovate to stone anymore then, so I think that's good. Dad Baka does fence. Very good. That's smart. That's putting some fence pressure on Paul, actually, which is also good. Not Ren Plow to Plow So 3 next turn. Oh! I just wanted to start player it again because starting it seems so annoying. But I guess annoying is really not that important. I am running out of things to do, but yeah, it's got to just be turn rest plow. I could just start player Loam Pit or something if it comes to that. I can always start player if I. Yeah, this is fine. You just passed up bottles for a Lumineer draft. You'll see how this goes. It's very good, Nerdcube. That's the correct play by a mile. You're just listening to you sometimes drives me insane. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Loom is an A tier card. Bottles is like a C tier card, maybe a D tier card. Like, they're in completely different realms. Okay, Plow So is like a 8-point action for us that takes us like 35. We renovate. We're like this game's a little rough. I'm still like hitting 40 here, What's the loam pit for? Doesn't stable give same points but add capacity? I don't have a wood for the stable. The stable is not free. If I had wood for a stable, sure. But I can pay a food for a point for loam pit. I don't have magic stable powers. You thought I had 2 wood. I spent 3 wood on turn rest plow, but yeah, I'm at 0 wood. I have 4 stone, and I have a reed sitting on grocer. So I have my renovate lined up, which reno fences does look pretty reasonable. But yeah, Paul's hungry and just eats the sheep. That's fine. That's fine. I approve of the animals. It looks like the animals are like crazy under contestation from the rest of the table. Like I have all the animals breeding. The rest of the table has like no animals breeding, which is great. Fight for the animal pairs, everybody else. Don't let Paul get them. Paul still might have to think about fencing first action too. Like I guess not. I don't know. I want to be annoying about fences. That's just what I know. I want to continue to just be a jerk about fencing. But I can't be that much of a jerk. Whatever. Paul's eventually gonna fence. Nobody else, like, there's just not enough fence pressure. So whatever. Paul has a stable master. Okay, that's where the stable master wound up. Stable master is pretty good. It at least gives you room to breed stuff. But does that mean he's opening cows? Am I gonna like? Here's a question: if I get growth, do I take it? I feel like the answer is yes. If I get growth, I take it because I assume I'll get plow sow later. Like red can't plow sow. Paul doesn't really want plow sow. I'll just if I grow here, I will start player probably, and then I'll just start player for plow sow. But I don't have enough things to do this game, and growth is excellent. It's 3 points I can't otherwise get and an action. Right back. Sign me up. I'm assuming he's still gonna grow, but maybe he takes cows. Cows is a even like more. It's more food and points. Okay, he does just grow. Yep, it's fine. That's fine. I'm not totally sure about playing stable master there. Then I don't totally get it. I guess it allows him to breed even if he doesn't wheel fences. He's probably gonna get a crazy wood stack. I guess I leave my house open here. I do want to pay a food. Oh, this is awkward. They're forcing me to eat down because nobody milk jugged for me. I guess I could eat this cow. Wait, I have a cow to eat still. Oh Lord, I made it angry. I made it angry. Give me my veg to sow. I want this other veg to sow. I need the points. Points. I guess maybe this was supposed to go here because now the aesthetics of my farm are all wrong, but whatever. We're at 36. We still have a Reno left. We're breeding a little bit, but this is not quite the points level I'd like to be at. Red is going to build a stone room. Okay. That's interesting. If 6 wood comes around, I will just take 6 wood into stables in the final round. 6 wood into stables, sign me up. If that's an option. 2 actions for 3 points is probably good enough for me. I am basically done. I can renovate. I can... Not a lot. Not a lot is the problem. I have kind of capped myself here. I probably get family growth next round. Paul can't grow again. And red is not allowed to grow. So there's that. If I get boar here, do I take them? I don't need the food. I don't. What majors are left? Pottery is a lot of actions. Okay, I am left 6 wood. Well, that answers that. I take 6 wood. Well, I could also fence. Not again. No real need to. I probably get Reno fence. Reno fence looks pretty good. I mean, Reno imps are fine too, but I should take 6 wood and be able to build stables. Because again, I just don't have enough other ways to score points. So do I get stables next round? Is there any way I get stable blocked? I mean, Paul could stable block me, but then I probably fence block him. So that seems bad for everybody involved. I can play Game Catcher still for netting a little bit of food. Oh, I could expensive Game Catcher to get 2 wood for another stable. Is that actually good? Do I have anything better to do? I guess fence, but not really. It might be expensive Ock Game Catcher here, as like wild as that is. It is essentially just a food action, but it's like a point and like 3 food. You think SP is better than expensive Ock? If I have the food, Hide Farmer is better. I do have I quasi have the food for Hide Farmer, but I feel like I can. Whoa, collector! This is you have a begging student and you're ocking a collector here. That's bad planning, and also I don't think this is a good collector. But whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's not good, but it's fine. Um, is Hide Farmer better? Hide Farmer's 1 point, and I guess a point is good. Do I have enough food though? I don't know if I actually have enough food. Because I've been saying that I want to breed these animals to 454, and I'm clearly not breeding these animals to 454 if I keep eating them all. Even with another milk jug coming in next round. Paul is just going to fence 10 here. That's, I think, pretty wise. I think I'm just going to play Game Catcher then. I think I get Ren Fence like always. And I don't think Dad Baka's start playing. I think I'm going to play Game Catcher. I'm not sure it's right. But I think Game Catcher is good here. Also, nobody has wood, so like I think I get Ren Fence and Stable. I think I get Grow, Ren Fence, Stable next round. And maybe that's greedy, but I think that's what's going to happen. Oh, wait. Taking wood off the board is probably safer. Interesting. Wait a sec. So I have 2 extra food coming in. I breed these guys. I have a sheep to eat. I breed. I have 3 food. Oh, I don't have raw grain. Okay, I have raw grain. Yeah, I don't need Game Catcher. I do just 4 wood came back. I just take 4 wood. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I have tiebreaker this way, and yes, yes, yes. This makes more sense. Okay. I think I win this game then. I don't know for sure. I mean, Paul has a lot of actions, but I'm not sure he has a lot of points left. Like cow, veg, so I mean, it's a decent number of points, but Red is at an okay score. Yeah, no, Red's game. Look, nobody else has put up a great game, and so Red's stuff is fine. Like this is a bit of what I think Econ Sean and I argue when we say like if we ban big country, I think small house strats are a little more viable than people think. Like yes, it definitely involves stuff like Scholar and Plow Driver, like you need alternative ways to grow, but as long as you find some like alternative paths to growth like small scale, Plow Driver, and you hit some of the other small house support stuff like Pastor, I still think small house strats actually are playable. Now, this is a double late growth game. I mean, that's part of why everybody's scores kind of suck, etc. But Chimney Sweep for Paul is a good card. He can't actually renovate unless he has an extra stone. He doesn't have a stone cart. Okay. Also, Dad Baka. Okay, Dad Baka is now renovating. But Chimney Sweep for Paul is... God, I mean, Paul still has a good enough game here. He's definitely my competition. He probably gets another renovate. He gets to open with probably just sowing. Ooh, sleeping corner for Dad Baka. So that really means there's probably not pressure on the family growth space. Dad Baka building a 3rd room when you have sleeping corner in a late growth game is also just a mistake, I think.
I mean, he admittedly has full fences and stuff, but like the rest of his farm's behind. But pig breeder, that's all. That's nice. Nice work there. That's fun. Dad Baka does have all breeding types. So what I was saying, red fenced and then never has taken animal pairs. That's a bit sad. I'm not sure about this stone room versus taking animal pairs actually, but oh well. Yeah, so I want to grow, I want to stable. Nobody can stable. Can anybody red fence? At the moment, nobody can red fence. So I guess I should be okay this round, though. I think I get grow, red fence, stables. So I have like 11 points of actions, which sounds pretty damn good. Like, I'm not convinced even with 5 family members Paul has 11 points of actions, but maybe. Maybe. We will all find out soon. Do. I can eat a sheep. I'm just trying to get to 4 sheep. Eating the sheep is fine. Yes, it is. Boom. That sheep can be ate. Cool. I breed 3 points also, so I have 36 plus like 14. I do have like a 50-point game here if I get my action sequence. 50 points feels pretty good still. It's probably enough. We'll see. I do have to grow just in case Dad Baka grows on me a first action. I think grow's the only thing I can be blocked on at the moment. If Paul opens stone, I guess I just red fence first action, because red fence is still my best thing. And if I get growth blocked, it does suck, but yep, and he is going to make sure he gets in the red queue. Okay, I think I just red fence. I think it's pretty unlikely Paul wants to red fence, but I also think it's pretty unlikely Dad Baka first action family growth with a sleeping corner. So yeah, I should just do this. Should just do this. Just doing this. We got a pretty farm. We have just enough here to... Yeah, we have just the space now to move these sheep into here. We'll get up to 4 sheep. We have room for 4 cows. The 5th boar goes right in the house. So we wind up at a great animal score, max pastures, max fields, max crops. Basically, we're doing the whole farming life very good. And that's where most of our points are. 4, 4, 4, 4. This is going to be 2, 3, 3. And it's not many unused spaces. Yeah. It's looking good. You think family growth might have been better? I only cost myself a point by playing a miner instead. Oh, that's true. Yeah, loam pit and shifting cultivation are both just fine. I think it's so unlikely that Dad blocks me, but you're right. The cost of missing family growth is 2 points versus the 1 point risk. But there's just no way Dad Baka was gonna Dad Baka should be plow sowing. I have no idea why he's plowing, but 2 points though due to animal capacity. Oh, that's a good argument. And I was just always getting growth back anyhow. Like, there's just no way I'm not getting growth back. So I got plow sow back. So we get stables always. So that should be an issue. Yeah, I agree. Nobody can stable block me. So that part's glorious. That's what I mean. Like, I think this is just a win, right? I have 4 stables. That I breed enough points. I'm at 51. Like, this should be fine. Yeah, Dad Baka had sleeping corners, so like that's why I said that I was not too worried about the growth. Like, yes, Dad Baka could block me, but it just felt so unlikely. Like, he was gonna get plow or plow sow and has a sleeping corner. Like, you both missed the sleeping corner. Okay, yeah, that's why I did the red fence. I just thought it was very unlikely to get grow blocked. Now you're also right that the red major, I guess, is worse, though, because of capacities. Although I'm building stables, so the capacity doesn't matter. So, yeah, I don't know. Dad Baka is collecting again. I think that's definitely wrong. Plow sow is open, Dad Baka. Don't collect. Plow sow. This space exists. Plow sow, Dad Baka. Don't collect.
You forgot about the foreign aid? Ah, yes, the foreign aid. Red also couldn't family growth, so that also, yes, made it a lot safer. Also, the cow getting taken by red is very good for me. It means Paul presumably can't get a cow. Maybe Paul might have Young Animal Market. Young Animal Market was in the draft. Paul might have it. But assuming Paul doesn't have the a way to get a cow here, I think I beat Paul. Like his game's pretty good, but like I'm gonna hit 51. Paul has a renovate action and two others. I guess if he renovates Young Animal Market, that's taking him to 46. He breeds the sheep is 47. He has two other actions. One of which is a 2-point sow plus food. He gets close. He could get pretty close. Could be pretty close. I mean, this also assumes he has Young Animal Market, so. I guess in case there's a hidden constable that Paul is gonna sneak on me, I stable there. Yeah, I mean, I always stable that space just in case a constable. Like, Paul could be hiding a constable plus Young Animal Market as his last two actions, and if I don't protect myself against it, that might lose me the game. So, I think it has to be like that. This Ock was this draft was definitely a bit weak then. Like, well, there's a begging student. Begging student's fairly strong, and sleeping corner's reasonably strong. But like, and grocer's reasonably strong. Maybe it's not that weak. Paul's hand is kind of weak in comparison. A lot of the rest of these Ocks are mediocre, I guess. Though I mean, Hedgekeeper, Animal Dealer are mediocre. This Furniture Maker, even for me, is kind of mediocre. I mean, this is like a 5 or 6 wood card, which is decent. Certainly wasn't that bad, but. Hey, Teal found Plauso after all. Well done, Dead Baka. Well done. You found the Plauso. Good job. Red took the sheep. That's fine. My ox are okay, but only the grocers stand out. Yeah. The miners are quite good. My hand of miners is quite good. Butter churn, milk jug. Getting the turn rest plow was huge. Getting the turn rest plow 5th pick is pretty lucky. Like, I'm assuming the only reason Paul didn't take it was because of moldboard plow. But yeah, getting turn rest plow is like very fortunate. Paul takes stone, which means he's just gonna go for a pottery, which means I definitely do win then. So a good game all around. Just had enough over here to get it, which is fortunate. I mean, Paul's setup is definitely a little more growth oriented. He wanted earlier growth, presumably. As I said, I was pretty happy. This double late growth, I still hit 51. My cards are pretty efficient for double late growth. I was able to set up very easy feeding. So my feeding did not cost me many actions. My feeding was also scoring me points. That's part of why it's like so good, because fencing and holding animals is a lot of points and it's a lot of food. So like in a late growth game, that efficiency is great. Grocer efficiency in a late growth game, excellent. Turn rest plow efficiency in a late growth game, excellent. And then, I mean, a little bit, red and teal are not totally contesting everything they're supposed to this game, so. I'm not really sure I got that many lucky breaks, though. Like, this game is wacky in the fact that I multiple times ignored 6 wood actions, but. Paul does still get pretty close. He's going to end at 49 or something. Definitely nicely played by him. He's obviously a very good player. Fun game from Red. All of this, Red does hit 42. Like, that's fun. It's only a 3-point cube cutter after all that, though. Sad days. I was hoping for the 6-point cube cutter, but couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Hey there, Paul. Nice game. Well played. Ran some interesting stuff there, right? Building Tycoon Wall Builder. Playing Wall Builder instead of taking 6 wood is either insane or incredibly disciplined, and I still am not totally sure which. But yeah. That was fun. Yeah. It was something. You had a game plan and you executed it. I mean, and it turned out pretty good. Your game plan got you 49. I mean, there's nothing like we have double late growth. I mean, double late growth is also not what you're aiming for here. So Cube Cutter should be every round like Bell Founder. I think Cube Cutter is actually Cube Cutter. Well, is Cube Cutter too strong if it's every round? It probably is, but I don't know. Maybe not. It's a lot to ask if it's every round. It's much more playable then, but it's probably not that strong. I don't know. To be fair, I still think Cube Cutter maybe is a sneaky good card. I just don't know. Because like there's so many games where you need just a bit more point stealing, and it does feel like Cube Cutter maybe is that, but I guess the problem is like usually you should just be spending wood on like joinery or stables rather than Cube Cutter. Like again, I guess the problem is Cube Cutter's bottles, and I just don't like bottles. Bottles is again like you have to pay so much for bottles. Now a 7th pick bottles in this game bottles is pretty good, but like ultimately I think Cube Cutter is just like bottles, I guess. Yeah, you're playing a card and you're eating your resources and you're eating your food. And it's just hard to eat resources and food and have it really be worth enough points. It can be rare to have extra wood, but not that rare. This game was pretty freaking wood rich. I mean, like it was double late growth, so there weren't enough actions this game. To be clear, this was not the game for Cube Cutter. The game for Cube Cutter almost certainly has to be a game where there's a lot of actions and you need point stealing. The other game for Cube Cutter has to be a game with wood cart. Like if you have a wood cart, then you can turn your extra wood via that into cube cutters. But then again, you still need the food component. Having that much food is admittedly tricky. Like it's not always easy to have great food. But I'm very happy. I gotta tell you guys, I'm very happy with Animal Dealer. I feel like everybody needs to start taking Animal Dealer slightly higher, although that'll make me sad. So please don't. Everybody keep passing me Animal Dealer. But God, I just love me Animal Dealer's ability to really help make feeding go smoothly and help set up breeding pairs earlier. It's like such a amount of food and slight points injection because of the breeding and food. Like I don't know, I'm a fan. I don't totally know about the tempo of playing it always, admittedly. Like, it is tough to find the right time to play Animal Dealer, but I'm a fan. Admittedly, Grocer needs a lot of food too. I mean, this hand definitely worked with the set up the early fields, play the early hearth Animal Dealer, get it all going. Like, there was enough payoff to make this line work also. Like, other hands may not appreciate as much, but oh, it does fit into the just build a hearth philosophy, admittedly, yeah. That combo of Wall Builder, Building Tycoon is something you've been wanting to try to pull off. Gotcha. I mean, to be fair, that definitely makes, like, that is Wall Builder's, like, best case scenario, right? You're basically like, okay, Building Tycoon, I'm going to leech off other people's builds. Wall Builder's going to give me, like, the food much faster than because it's going to trickle in at the right times. It definitely was a bit annoying here that Red played 4 and 8 and then never built a room. So that was such an interesting game plan from Red. I'm pretty surprised they got 42 actually. But yeah, I thought for sure Red was going to feed your room build at some point. Also, you may have noticed I first action grew in round 9 even though nobody else had a room, and that was just because I was terrified Dad Baka would build a room and trigger your dumb Building Tycoon and you would get to grow in round 9. Building Tycoon's so annoying like that. Like, if it's a stronger player, I'm not really worried about it because, like, I don't think a stronger player was going to feed you growth there. But with Dad Baka, it's a little like, he's probably going to take a crazy wood stack. He's probably going to take food. I doubt he builds here, but who the hell knows? Like, I didn't think I could risk it. But yeah, Building Tycoon in play is annoying all the time. Like, it creates weird it just creates weird annoyances, but you didn't first action growth and you did get punished? Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, it's so easy to forget about free. To be fair, I nearly forgot about it because I was like, oh, wait, nobody has a room. I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait a sec. Let's think about this. Oh, wait, there's building tycoon bullshit that could happen. It probably won't happen, but it could happen. And then I think we get wrecked. So, yeah, you do have. I got to get better about watching for building tycoon stuff because I do miss it sometimes. But here I was at least aware of it. So. But otherwise, fun stuff. I'm assuming that you had moldboard plow, which is why you passed me turn rest plow. Which, to be fair, that makes sense if that's the case. Yeah, okay, that is what happened. Yeah, but obviously, yeah, wheeling turn rest plow was also amazing for me in the draft. Getting that back 5th pick was very nice. What did I even first pick in this hand? I first picked milk jug because I needed the food, or did I first pick butter churn? I don't even remember what. It had to be a first pick milk jug, right, team? We first picked the milk jug because we needed the extra food in this hand. More than we needed turn rest plow, even though we really wanted both. I think that's what happened. I mean, admittedly, first picking turn rest plow is always a little bit of a crapshoot because you really have no idea if you're going to get past other plow help in the draft or if you're going to get past, like, you could get past plowmaker or anything. So, you think I took loam pit? Oh, wait, no, you're right. I did first pick loam pit. Never mind, good call. I did first pick loam pit because at that point in the draft, I said I was going to try to get lucky because I was worried about the fact that these players were slightly weaker, that I was 4th seat, and so I was like, you know what, let's take the dumb loam pit and hope to hit a combo. Like, as long as I hit any sort of combo, it becomes pretty playable. But obviously there was 0 combo pieces for the loam pit. And there was, like, no other plow help. I found no other plow help in the draft, so getting turn rest black was very fortunate. Very important. Yeah, well, that was fun. Thanks for the games today. Definitely were fun times. I was worried about both of them being started in 4th seat, but sometimes 4th seat doesn't kill you, so sometimes it feels like it can kill you, but I mean, admittedly, I had to expensive Ock and day labor in round 1, so it still didn't feel great compared to what other seats probably could have offered me, but obviously did not impact the game too badly. I'm just going to look at the draft from somebody else's point of view. Largely, we first pick begging student. Oh my god, we don't first pick begging student. We get past a begging student! All right, Teal was at the best point in the draft. Getting past a begging student is crazy. First pick sleeping quarter is very defensible, though. First pick sleeping quarter is very nice. First pick moldboard plow is not crazy, but I think sleeping quarter is definitely better. That is what they wind up with. That's nice. But yeah, you get past a begging student. That's convenient. Past a begging student is that's something. Oh wow, and you get past the chimney sweep 3rd, Paul. Then I wound up with the 4th pick game catcher. What did Teal even first pick then? Oh, he did first pick plow driver, right? I did not see plow driver. I mean, picking plow driver instead of begging student it's still wrong, but it's at least way less wrong than a lot of other picks are or could be. But now I have to look at that. I think it was first pick plow driver. Yeah, it's first pick plow driver. Begging student's still just better. It's definitely just better, but plow driver's still very strong, so I give them slightly more credit there at least. It's a little more reasonable. I'm a little less convinced about Carrot Museum. I'm not as usually a huge a fan of trying to get lucky off Carrot Museum when like Mining Hammer Plow Driver is pretty guaranteedly legit, but oh well. And then Paul, you got to first God, yeah, your ox were so bad. This pack is so bad. Your miners are good, at least. Your miners are quite good. But these ox are just... Yikes. I guess, yeah, you take charcoal burner here. Like, it is an underwhelming pack. Yeah, this is the worst occupation pack I've looked at in quite a while. Like, I think I agree with you that you just take charcoal, and yeah, you probably just take clay supply. Like, there's some synergy there. It's flexible enough. Doesn't lock you into anything. Milk jug might be a little better, but clay, yeah, you're also third seat, so yeah. Nah, I mean, whatever. There's nothing wrong there. And then, God, yeah, I thought this Ock pack was weak too. Yeah, I mean, God, yeah, you're just looking at such weak Ox compared to a lot of the rest of us too, admittedly, and that's tough. Like, there's nothing good, but you do get moldboard here at least, which is nice. But yeah, that's why you don't need turn rest later. Yeah, but then a clear chimney sweep. Horse-drawn boat's a really good card. I'm a bigger fan of Hutch than a lot, but I mean, I didn't wind up playing it this game either, so. And then, yeah, shifting cultivation instead of turn rest. Yeah, you already have moldboard plow. You can just take shifting instead of another plow. Makes enough sense. Furniture maker might have been okay-ish for you, too. What do you take out of here? Do you take master builder, dreaming of a huge house? You take the rough caster? Nope, you do. You might take furniture maker here. Like, you have some wood cost cards, you have Ock requirements. You were dreaming of a million food. You knew wall builder was likely, so you were excited to go for tycoon. Okay. And then, yeah, wall builder's clearly gonna wheel, and it does, yeah. And then you took the education bonus. Okay, that's why I got butter turned back. Yeah. Okay. I do think instead of rough caster, you're better off. You probably should have thought about furniture maker, but maybe you don't have time for furniture maker. But if you know you're going to play a bunch of occupations early, to be fair, I didn't used to be a furniture maker truther until I started watching Gray use it and abuse it more and more often, as well as Econ Sean a bit, and then I'm like, okay, fine, you know what? Getting wood while you play occupations is good. That's a good time to get wood. Which, for the record, everybody, that was I think I've kind of had that knowledge in the past, but that was one of my small realizations, watching some of these games. While there was a lot of wood on the board, that's part of why woodcutter kind of sucks. Having to take wood actions is fine, but being able to take wood while you're doing other stuff is really strong. That's why cultivator is good, furniture maker is good, even hedgekeeper was kind of good that game because it allowed me to just do actual farming instead of having to take wood elsewhere. I got to get my wood without having to actually take wood actions, which turns out to be a bit of an advantage. Drafting Furniture Maker has helped you play Ox more. This set has helped you play your game a lot because you play your cards. That's good. That's very good. That's actually, again, to be fair, that's kind of what we tried to yell at you about in the past, NerdCube, right? The way you talked about Agricola, I was like, wait a sec. I'm not sure you're playing Agricola as much as you're playing Childless or you're playing Big Country. Agricola is all about, cobbling together a plan out of your cards and figuring out how to leverage them. And most of the time, Agricola is decisions of should I build a fourth room or should I fence early? And how am I going to feed this game? And it's not just execute this algorithm. But yeah, furniture is definitely the best of the Maker clan. Oh, I disagree so hard. Don't diss my pal Plowmaker like that. I'm almost always taking Plowmaker above Furniture Maker. Give me some Plowmaker. Plowmaker's pretty damn good. Furniture Maker's quite good though. I've warmed up that Furniture Maker's pretty good. I still probably draft it lower than other people will, aka Gray, but Furniture Maker is also by far the best card to enable Stork's Nest, because if you're going to play a crap ton of Ox for Stork's Nest, you also really need a bunch of wood for room parts. So the absolute most busted hands I've seen are definitely like Furniture Maker, Patron, rush out a bunch of other ox like Carpenter Brushwood or some bullshit, and then you just have all the wood from everything you've played, and then you play a Stork's Nest, and it's just like, oh my god, that's fun. So it's another dumb combo you can all aspire to. Anyhow, it's been fun playing some games today. As usual, I'm just blabbing on too much at the end here. I should really just go cuddle my dog and watch some TV and go to bed and all that. So, thanks all for hanging out, though. It's been fun. I guess we'll finally end by actually looking at where we're at in the arena standings, because we finally are having a good run of just getting some nice wins in a row. We nearly cracked the top 10. Laudon is up there. Fofo's right in front of us. God, there's so many good players playing nowadays. Laudon, June, Fofo, Norden, Gray, RageNet, Lumen, Econ Zach Malchan. I'm not actually convinced any of the 10 people above me are worse players than I am. So it'll be a fun season. I'm not convinced some of the people below me are worse players than I am. So yeah, this season's gonna be good fun, because yeah, like Gordon is down here, Silent is here. A lot of these other players have been playing very well lately also. You'll try to get me next time? Oh, I'm sure you will. Again, to be fair, right? Like, this game probably goes a lot better for you if it's early growth, and then your furniture maker, or your wall builder, like, just spam some rooms. Combo actually gets pretty annoying to the growth queue at that point. My hand definitely is, like, better for double late growth. You do remarkably well here for double late growth, really. Like, your hand doesn't have a lot of efficiency, really. Moldboard plow, I guess, but anyhow, I'm sure you will someday. I'm absolutely sure you will. But anyhow, yeah, it'll be fun. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not really convinced. I'm trying. Like, this is a very high rating for arena. It's gonna be hard to catch that, but I think the race for the rest of the top 10 is very much up in the air. And admittedly, we still have a long time to go, and I'm playing about a game a day, so there's a lot of games left to settle things. So anyhow, yeah, it has been good. I'm gonna head off. I'll see everybody around later.